Hi, good morning, Ananda. Welcome to today, ninth biology, the second chapter, plant tissue. I mean that today we are going to discuss about the second chapter of ninth biology, plant tissues. So in the previous class, previous class means in 8th standard, the first chapter, cell, the basic unit of life, or cells are the structural and functional unit of life. So I mean that in the previous class, 8th class, already we learn about cell is the basic unit of life, or cells are the structural and functional unit of life. You have already learned about different cell organelles and their different functions in the cell's structure and functions, 9th class first chapter. I remind once again, in 9th class first chapter, cell its structure and functions. Already you have learned about different cell organelles which are floating in the cytoplasm, and they have to perform different functions. Already we are completed. So now it's time to move. Already we learn about one cell. Now today we are going to learn about more than one cell. I mean that a group of cells. So when we are coming to that organization of life, we have a flow chart. It is very easy to understand that we have to make it out a flow chart of organization of life. What do you mean by organization and how life is evolved? Why the living organisms are entirely different to the non-living things, just we have to discuss, and we have to enter into that topic. So I would like to explain about why the non-living things are non-living things are non-life. It is different to that life or life living organisms. Why the non-living things are different to living things are living organisms. See, in case of a piece of chalk or a paper or pencil or any goods which is around us, it is composed or it is made up of atoms or molecules. For example, a piece of chalk is made up of chalk cells, which is composed of atoms or molecules. I mean that they have to stop their in the colloidal state or crystal state. Whereas coming to the living organisms, it can be extended in the extension level like this. Cell, afterwards a group of cells means a tissue, next organ systems, and finally we have to make it a individual organism. So I mean that I would like to explain how the non-life and life, why the living organisms is having a life, and how the living organisms are perform different functions, how the plants are entirely different to animals, what is the major composition of the cell level or tissue level, that we have to try to understand. In order to that, we are going to explain about cell, afterwards a group of cells, tissue. A tissue can perform a different organs. So different organs are involved in a different organ systems, and finally it makes an individual organism. This up to here, this is called as a lower level of organization. Next, organisms, the same kind of people is called as a population. Different populations living in a certain residential places is called as a community. Different communities living together to perform an ecosystem. These are the units of nature. And finally, different ecosystems mean terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. These are the two major ecosystems which makes composition of biosphere or biome. So this is the clear flow chart explains about organization of life. Now I would like to explain what is meant by organization. So organization in the sense, for example, we would like to construct a building. We need some raw materials like bricks. If suppose I would like to build a house, only one brick is not enough. We need a group of bricks. For example, we would like to take a mob of bricks, a group of bricks. It cannot perform a wall. It cannot perform make it out like a house. When we have to arrange the bricks in a order to series, line by line, it makes the walls. So the four walls makes a room. a number of rooms makes a building. So here organization in the sense the arrangement of in a particular manner. This is called as organization. So in case of non-living things, they have to stop at the only atom level or molecular level or crystal. But in case of living organisms, they are having an organization. So due to this organization, we have a different organ system. For example, digestive system for digestion, respiratory system for respiration in the animals. Whereas coming to the plants, they are having the different tissues to perform different functions that we have to discuss in this chapter. So already we learn about in first chapter, 9th class, cell structure and functions, typical plant cell. For example, this is a typical plant cell which consists of cell organelles and cell basic components. Already we completed the topic. Next, a number of cells, a number of plant cells makes a tissue. So now we would like to give the definition for tissue. Tissue is nothing but a group of cells, but which are similar in the structure and similar in function. All the living organisms are made up of cells, but why we are doing the different types of functions means we have the different type of cells, means cell diversity. Already we learned in the 8th class cells diversity, and we learn the diagrams also. Nervous cell for transmission of message, and blood cells like RBC, WBC, muscle cells, smooth muscle, and skeletal muscles. So cells are diverse. So based on the cell structure, function is different. Based on the cell structure, function is different. So tissue means a group of cells similar in the structure and similar in the function. See, coming to the plant cell, then coming to the plant cells means group of cells means tissue, plant tissue. Basically, plants are multicellular, means plants are made up of many cells. Plants are composed of many cells. So plants are basically multicellular. So in case of unicellular organisms like Chlamydomonas, Eudogonium, Cara, like otherwise animals like amoeba, Euglena. So these are unicellular organisms, means they have to made up of only single cell which can perform all the metabolic activities within the cell. Only one cell can perform all the metabolic activities. But in case of multicellular organisms, we are having a different systems to perform different functions. So for example, see how the living organisms are entirely different, means living organism is having entirely different to the non-living things like stimulus to response. We are respond to the stimulus. When we are pinching, we feel some pain sensation, immediately we have to withdraw our hand. So while we are in aging, we are in a growing condition. So growing, development, we are doing some life processes like digestion, respiration, transportation, excretion, reproduction, and excretion. These are called as life processes. Means the process which helps to sustain our life is called as a life process. That we are going to show. So that is the major difference between life and non-life. Which the animals are doing the same process, the plants also do. In addition to that, plants can perform photosynthesis, the process which occurs in the natural phenomena. So according to that photosynthesis, plants are considered as producers or autotrophs. In addition to this photosynthesis, plants provides food not only from themselves and also to the entire the universe. So that is why plants are called as autotrophs. That is why plants are called as autotrophs. Now coming to the coming to the topic, we have a learning objectives of this chapter is very limited. First one is parts of the plants. Already in the lower classes, I mean that the primary classes, we learn about the parts of the plant like root, stem, leaves and flowers and their functions. So we have to make it a tabular form and we have to complete the table. This is activity number 1. Next, cells on the onion peel. Already onion peels cell lab activity we completed in the 8th class itself. One more time we have to refer and we can complete the questions, following questions. Cells in a leaf peel. So leaf peel Already we completed in 9th class first chapter, Rio leaf peel. The same lab activity we can refer one more time here, and we following questions we have to try to answer. Cells in the root, onion root tip. Next, growing roots. Next one is types of plant tissue. It's a very important concept entire this chapter. Types of the plant tissues. Actually, plant cell, animal cell, we completed typical plant cell, animal cell and their differences. Then we move to the types of plant tissues, types of animal tissues is the third chapter. Plant tissues is the second chapter. As like animal tissues, plants also having the same 4 types of tissues. They are meant for different functions. For example, meristematic tissue for growth and development, dermal tissue for protection and covering, ground tissue for storage, and vesicular tissue for transportation or conduction of water and food material. So obviously for these 4 major functions, plants possesses 4 different types of tissues. Okay, this is a very important concept. Next one is shoot tip. Here root tip, here shoot tip. So after completion of shoot tip, what is the difference between root tips and shoot tips in a tabular form? This is the second table. We have to complete that table. Next, what is meant by dicot stem and monocot stem, and dicot stem tissues diagram, and TS of stem. In TS of leaf we have to learn that 10th class. Okay, next, different cells in the xylem and phloem. Of course, xylem and phloem is a vascular tissue or a conductive tissue which are having a complex tissue of different type of cells. So coming to the textbook page number 13. Textbook page number 13. When we have to go to that one, the activity number 1 is given. The activity number 1 gives to you have all parts of the plants and their functions. Actually, plant parts are there. For example, see roots and stem, leaves, flowers. As we know that the parts of the plants, they are given the functions and they are asking the name of the parts. So absorption of water from the soil. Absorption of water from the soil, obviously roots. Exchange of gases, stomata of leaf. Photosynthesis occurs on the leaf. Transpiration means evaporation of water, also done by the stomata of leaf. Reproduction occurs on the flower is the sexually reproductive part. So based on the tabular form, they are asking 2 questions. How can the plants perform all the life processes? Plant possesses different plant tissues. So based on the 4 types of plant tissues, plants perform the different functions, and they are asking that how can the plants perform all the life processes? Yes, plants can coordinate all the parts. I mean that the roots absorb the water and mineral soils. Stem is like a axis or a mechanical support which connect to the branches, and they can arise the leaves. Leaves are the exchange of gases. It is the lungs of the plant, and they can start the photosynthesis phenomena. So like this, every part of the plant is closely associated and coordinated, and they have to done the life processes. Is there any, second question, is there any specific arrangement of cells in the plants helping in carrying out of this process? Yes, certainly there is a specific arrangement of the cells in the plants that can carry out of the life processes. Certainly there is a specific arrangement. That means arrangement of cells, group of cells are arranged in a particular manner is called as a plant tissues. See, coming to lab activity number 2. Here already we done this lab activity in 8th class first chapter, cell observation of onion peel, and 9th class also Rio leaf or onion peel, we observed that one. So take a piece of onion peel, mount, now place on the glass slide, just to put a drop of water on the glass slide, then we have to add a glycerin. When we observe the onion peel, it should be appears like a small box like structures which are pink in color, nearly rectangular in shape. So plant cell, as we know that cell wall is outermost layer, nucleus is a prominent in structure, cytoplasm is the fluid filled portion in the cells. So cell wall, nucleus, cytoplasm, of course cell membrane is present in the cell wall below the cell wall, cell membrane is present. So based on this information, they would like to ask the questions. See here, are all the cells are similar? Yes. When we have to see observe the cells, all the cells are similar in structure because they have to perform a similar function. Next, how are the cells are arranged? Yes, cells are arranged like a boxes are nearly rectangular in a shape. Next, coming to activity number 3, it is nothing but a cells in the leaf peel. This is a onion peel. This is the leaf peel. Take a betel leaf, means or a transdextral leaf or a betel leaf. Betel means tamalapaku. So just to take a leaf and we have to tear in a single stroke and we have to collect a white color portion that we have to place on the glass plate. When we observe the leaf under the compound microscope, it should be appear in a green color patches like structures. Green color patches like structures. They are asking the questions based on the information. Are these cells are similar? No, they are having different structures. For example, when we observe the tears of leaf in 10th class, when we observe the tears of leaf in the 10th class, we have the different structures for different functions. See, this is the 10th class tears of leaf. 10th class tears of leaf. So when we observe the tears of leaf, we are having a different parts for different functions. For example, see, xylem and phloem for conductive tissue, water and food transportation, whereas the epidermis for protection. Coming to the stomata is the exchange of gases. So like this, the leaf is having a different roles for these different arrangements. So are the cells are similar in this leaf? Means no, not at all, because they are having the stomata for gases exchange, air spaces, xylem and phloem for food and water transportation. Next they are asking, is there any difference in their arrangement? Yes, there is a certain arrangement. Is there any difference in their arrangement? Means yes, there is a difference in the arrangement of the cells. Next question is, what can we infer from the above activities? What can be infer from the above activities? Some of the cells are arranged linearly and some cells are modified into various patterns suitable for transportation and gases exchange. Next, have you noticed that cells are in the groups in both the activities? Yes. In both the activities, for example, here onion peel and leaf peel, the cells are arranged in a groups. So the arrangement of cells in a groups are nothing but a plant tissue. Plant tissue means, what is meant by tissue? Tissue is nothing but a group of cells which are arranged in a similar structure and similar functions. Last one, compare and write a note on that arrangement of cells that you have observed in both the activities. So here the cells are arranged in a similar structure for similar function, but whereas coming to that leaf, it is having a different parts involved in the different functions, exchange of gases, transportation of gases and transpiration purpose, and also conduction of water and minerals and storage of food material. So this is a different arrangement. So like this, we have to develop the concept based on the textbook reference, and also you have to go through the QR codes scanning by Diksha app. We have to enjoy the videos. Thank you, children. We can continue the topic activity number 4 from next video. Thank you.